What's good? I am back, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. We're supposed to have a guest on here soon. We'll give him a little bit of time to come on as he is on a different time zone, and hopefully he didn't get the time zones mixed up as sometimes some people do. They don't realize it was Eastern time opposed to whatever time zone they are on. We got 11 days away from till we see BKFC Knucklemania 5, I guess that is VI 5. Uh nice little card, and of course the Lorenzo Hunt versus Yolo Romero has been replaced now with David the Redneck Mundell. I can't wait for all you bare knuckle fight fans. Redneck Mandel, that's my favorite fighter. And of course, they put Tony Soto and Ben Bonner as the feature fight, as it should have been. No disrespect to the women, but their fight isn't going to be better than Ben Bonner versus Tony Soto. Okay, let's see if our guest is ready. Let's see. 1 second. Before we even get started, I got this nasty ass Fireball cinnamon, man. Only thing they had at the corner store close to the house. I'm about to take me a little shot. It's a baby shot. Some nasty stuff, yo. Some nasty, nasty stuff. Ooh. And let's see. If he don't come on here shortly, I'm just gonna break down the fight card that's coming up and some of the other BKFC news that they got and wrap it up. Cause sometimes people don't be showing up to like an hour and a half later and think I'm still live, man. I'm not like waiting a whole hour or even a half an hour with somebody come on if they haven't told me that they gonna be late. I'm not just gonna sit around and twiddle my thumbs and hope that they make it on time. And it don't look like he probably coming on 7:02. All right, well, just in case he does, I'm gonna do this breakdown. Of course, you got Knucklemania coming up. You got Ben Rothwell versus Andre Arlovsky. Um, Arlovsky beat him twice in UFC, so I mean, he might win it third time. I don't know, but Ben Rothwell's a beast in bare knuckle. It's a whole different sport. So I'm actually gonna roll with Ben Rothwell on that one. I want Redneck Mandel to win, but this is gonna be probably the toughest matchup of his bare knuckle career. So I don't know, man. I'm not even gonna pick who I think's gonna win. I know who I want to win, but that fight almost feel like it go either way. Juggernaut's 12-2. Mandel's 10-1. Probably should be 11-0 because he definitely got screwed. Bonner versus Soto. I mean, it's pretty much a rematch, and the winner goes on to fight for the light heavyweight championship versus whatchamacallit, Austin No Doubt Trout. Got a little brain freeze for a second. You got Johnny Cannoli Garbarino versus Kane Tomlinson Jr. That one's gotten pretty spicy. A lot of back and forth talking. It got spicy at the weigh-in. Of course, Johnny Cannoli's always doing cannolis that people are hitting people with cannolis, but they got pretty spicy. A lot of people have said that, you know, they feel like Garbs has been fed some, lesser opponents. So this is his chance to prove otherwise, I would say, because Kane Tomlinson Jr., I mean, he's a brawler. So that will be interesting. I mean, Garbs has never even been scratched in there. So, like, this could be the first time he really gets hit, and if he, goes in there and ends the fight quickly, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's gonna prove a lot of the doubters wrong. Ja Masan Wong versus Crystal Pittman. I'm going with Masan Wong on this one. And as far as Garbarina versus Kane Thomason Jr., I don't know. That's just gonna be an interesting one. Mike the Marine Richmond versus Joe Elmore. I'm going with Mike the Marine all day long. No disrespect to Joe Elmore, but I don't know, man. It's like Mike the Marine's fights be get bloody and brutal. And we still haven't heard our guest pop in yet. I would have heard him pop in. You got Pat Sullivan versus Felony Charles Bennett. Pat's 1-1. Felony Charles Bennett's 0-3. And he actually lost to Kane Tomlinson Jr. And he beat what's this guy's name? Austin Peterson, who's 0-2. To be honest with you, I'm probably go with Pat Sullivan on that one. He's definitely favored in the odds. Patrick Brady versus Bear Hill. That's gonna be interesting. Heavyweight fight. Both are 2-0. Bear Hill looks like a freaking barbarian or a Viking or some shit. What's the age of Bear Hill here? Pat Brady's 41. Bear Hill's only 32. I'm gonna go with a younger Bear Hill on this one, even though I think Pat Brady might have the odds to win on this one, but Bear Hill, I like that cat, man. He looks like a barbarian, like he could play in barbarian movies or some shit. Zeta Zadik damn. Sadikia Montez versus Brandon Meyer. I know I'm butchering that name. Um, I'm gonna go with Meyer on this one. He's 3-3, 6 fights under his belt. Mon- Montanez is 0-1. He probably got the odds favored, but I'm gonna go with experience. Cody Russell versus Harrison, the headhunter Aiken. We were supposed to interview him, but he I guess he was busy, but we'll still get him on anyways. Uh, we've had him on before. We'll get him back on again. Cody Russell versus Harrison. Harrison's 3-4. I mean, he's had some tough fights. He's had some tough fights. I mean, he's fought Sanchez. That was his last fight with Sanchez. I mean, that's a tough opponent. And he went 5 rounds with Sanchez. He's went 5 rounds with every single match he's had so far. Um, I think this one's gonna be shorter, man. I'm gonna go with the headhunter to win on this one. I know he's highly motivated right now. Then you got the free fights. You got Lex Ludlow, most hated man at bare knuckle, as he calls himself. Is Zach Shark Attack Calmus. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, Ludlow seems like a man on a mission. Zach's coming off of 2 straight losses. A win would be nice, man, to have him at 6-4 in the BKFC. Um, I like both of these guys. I don't really wanna pick who I think's gonna win in this one, cause I interviewed both of them, and, I don't know, like I said, Zach should be extra motivated. I mean, he's coming off a loss, from Corey Willis, who just fought Perdomo and went 3 rounds with Perdomo, which is more than anybody else, and he lost to Brady. Um, but Kalma's had about at least a good 3, 4 straight wins. I know he's looking to try to get back in that win column. That's gonna be an interesting one, man. Gonna be an interesting one. Prince Nassim versus Brett Schoenfeld. Um, both of them are 0-0. Both are making a debut. I'm gonna go with a Prince Nassim cat though. Probably he does have the favorite in the odds. And you got Travis the Animal Thompson versus Josh Oxendine making his debut. I'm gonna go with the vet to win. Travis Thompson, 7. That'll put him at 7-7, 50% on his fights. It's definitely gonna be a stat card. You got Rothwell, Arlovsky, you got Lorenzo Hunt, you got Redneck Mandel, my guy, Ben Bonner, Tony Soto, Tony Loco Soto, Johnny Garbarino, Johnny Cannoli, Kane Thomason Jr., Ja Masan Wong versus Crystal Pittman. I mean, I tell you what, those two of the most beautiful women that you could have fighting a bare knuckle fight. I do know that much. Um, and I almost think like the Mike Richmond and Joe Elmore should have been like probably right before the feature fight. No disrespect to Johnny Garbs and Kane Thomason Jr., but if this Joe Elmore Mike Richmond goes the distance, it's probably gonna be bloody as hell. Some nice up and comers: Harrison, Bear Hill, Zach Kalmus, Lex Ludlow, Pat Sullivan, Patrick Brady. I mean, Patrick Brady, a win over Bear Hill would be good. I mean, shit. That should put cats on notice if I think whoever comes out with a win after this fight is gonna put some cats on notice. Because I think this gonna be a little tough one right here. Brady versus Hill. It's like a damn NFL linebacker versus a barbarian and shit. All right, don't look like I guess coming on. I'm guessing. Say you better quit picking winners. I'm guessing that he might have got the time zones mixed up. He probably might not have seen that I put Eastern time and I thought it was 7 p.m. his time. I don't like to make assumptions. Ooh, oh, that shit is nasty. Oh, that shit is terrible. Man, this shit is this right here is awful. It's $1.09 at a corner store for these. I tell you what though, they're good for music reviews. That's about it. Shouts out to my man, Mr. Myrtle Beach, Mr. Turtle Beach. Go check out his new channel that he's launching, The Rerun. And yeah, man, if I keep that's why I didn't pick no winners of this, like I didn't pick no winners of fights that I interviewed both guys in, man. So but there's a couple fights I'm not too sure of, like Johnny Garb, Kane Thomason Jr. That's gonna be really interesting. Like I said, nobody's really touched Johnny Garb. I interviewed him. Really, really nice guy, cool guy. Hasn't even been touched, knocked out, none of that. Like not a bruise on the eye, not a cut on the eye. So I if he doesn't, if this match goes past the first round, because Johnny Gar's been destroying people in the first round, I think all those fights went to the first round. Yeah, it's first rounders. Oh, my bad. One went to the second round, but he barely got touched. He barely got touched. And it was 148 into the second round. TKO. Dude barely even touched him. So yeah, this could be his first test. Joe Elmore wanted to fight Mike Richmond at one of the BKFC events. Now you got it. I mean, I tell you what though, Joe Elmore beats Mike Richmond, it'll be the upset of the year probably. It'll probably be the upset of the year because Mike Richmond's 7-3, Elmore's 2-4. It'll be a major upset, man. But man, Mike Richmond's a bad dude, yo. And if Lex Ludlow wins this, he's probably gonna call out Chris Camozzi, who he been calling out. And even though Chris Camozzi doesn't have the belt anymore, he probably gonna call him out. Or maybe Alessio Sakara. Who knows? I mean, you know, you want to get the belt, you gotta call out the top guys. And I still want to find out if this Lorenzo Hunt versus Mandel is that for Lawrence for Hunt's title. That'll give Mandel 2 titles. Man, they still got John Dodson as the champion for men flyweight. That's crazy. I mean, he literally hasn't fought since like 2024, I'm thinking. Yep, he hasn't fought since March 2024. Here we are and about to be going into March 2026 here soon, and they still got him as the champ. I kind of they got to get that shit situated, man. They got to get that situated. That shit just doesn't make sense. It doesn't look good. It's about time for Kai Stewart to fight again. It's about time for Britton Hart to fight again. It's been long overdue for Dave Mundell to fight again. You know, shouts out to Marcus Edwards. I know he wants to fight Mundell, but don't look like he was getting that fight anytime soon. If I was him, I'd try to fight Donald Sanchez or maybe Drew Stuvey. That'd be my next go if I was him. All right, so it don't look like a guest is coming on. We're not gonna make no assumptions. About to wrap it up here soon. But pull up the other BKFC events. Of course, you got BKFC Fight Night, Newcastle. Mick Terrell is back. He's in the main event versus Ghost McFarlane. You got Gary Fox fighting James Lilly. Okay, my guy James Lilly's back. I know he's been wanting to fight for a while now. 9-3-1. I mean, damn, he got a lot of fights in bare knuckle, man. He's pretty much one of the vets. This is gonna be a big fight for him, man. I mean, this will be a really good fight. So I like those fights right there so far. And Mick Terrell hasn't been back since he got knocked out by Ben Rothwell. You got another BKFC for Hollywood. They don't say who the fights are yet. Of course, then you got BKFC Fight Night, Mohegan Sun, Parker Porter versus Watson. And Porter just won versus Anthony Garrett. Back at it again. That's going to be a really good fight. Josh Watson's a beast. Dude that really loves to fucking bang. And Parker Porter, I mean, if he wins that, I mean, only uphill for him, I would think. Pat Casey versus Zeb Vincent should be a good fight. Harry Gigliotti, he's from BYB or BKB, so he actually had the belt over there in the featherweight and gave it up, and now he's in BKFC, and I guess he's plans to try to go after Kai Stewart. He's fighting Timmy Mason for his debut. Got Cito Navarro versus Rick Caruso. Joseph Peters versus Maurice Horn. And, of course, Alexandra Baloo versus Taylor Dagner. All right, man, we about to wrap it up, man. I'm not staying on waiting too long for interviews. Like, I'm going to just assume that he got the time frame wrong. And we're just going to keep it moving. We got an interview tomorrow with a guy from the BKFC. Octavian. Let me pull up his same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it's Octavian Turner. Octavian Turner is one and only BKFC. And I definitely do plan on him to be on time and show up. And because he already said he's like an hour behind us. All right, we're going to wrap it up, man. Appreciate anybody tuning in, man. Peace. I'm out.